Okay. Welcome to this heart chakra yoga flow, and we titled this Rising in Love. So this will be about a 45-minute class, and we'll move through a yoga flow and at the end have a little extended Shavasana meditation for your heart chakra healing. So if you want to find just a comfortable, easy seat with one shin bone in front of the other, and we'll take that mudra for the heart chakra called Wings of the Heart, the Garuda mudra. So with this mudra, we cross at our wrists and hook our thumbs. Fingertips are all spread wide. And then you just place your mudra right on your chest at the heart. And you can close your eyes here and just start to feel your breath moving in and out of your lungs. And taking a moment to set an intention for your class today. What type of heart healing are you looking for? And we'll also protect the space with Archangel Raphael to the east, Archangel Michael to the south, Archangel Gabriel to the west, and Archangel Uriel to the north, calling them all in to protect our space for our flow today. And we'll take a deep breath in together and exhale out the mouth. And we'll practice the BG mantra YAM on our next exhale. So inhaling YAM. And just feeling those vibrations move throughout your chest, your heart chakra. And when you're ready, we'll breathe the eyes open, releasing the mudra, and make your way down onto your backs. So on your back, we'll set up for bridge pose here. So arms are by your sides, walking the heels towards the glutes. And on your inhale, lifting your pelvis off the mat. And if you'd like to roll the shoulders under and clasp the hands, feel free to do so. And in this first bridge, go ahead and set an intention to send love to yourself. And once you set that intention, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. And we'll take a breath at the bottom. And then setting up for the second bridge. On your inhale, push into your feet, lifting the pelvis up, rolling the shoulders under if you choose, clasping the hands behind the back. And then we'll take a moment to send love to someone who we may feel they need some extra love in their life, or somebody you love and you want to give them extra love. And once you have that intention set, go ahead and roll down one vertebrae at a time, meeting the spine to your mat. And we'll take one more bridge pose. And inhale, pressing into your feet. Again, roll the shoulders under, clasp the hands. In this round, we'll set an intention to send someone love, someone that pushes your buttons a little bit, that may need extra love in their life. This may be a little difficult person to deal with. just sending them love and prosperity in hopes that they can let go of their bitterness. And once you set that intention, go ahead and roll down. Again, one vertebrae at a time. At the bottom, we'll windshield wiper the knees side to side. Coming to stillness, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together and the knees drop to the sides for Supine Baddha Konasana. We'll work with another mudra where the thumbs and the pointer fingers will touch. Find, and it'll bring like a diamond shape, upside down triangle shape in your hands. Underneath your belly button, go ahead and place your hands there at your sacral chakra, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. And just taking a moment to breathe here. Sending love down into your sacral chakra, the center of pleasure, of creativity, balancing the emotions, imagining the emotional waters of the sacral chakra, just calming and becoming serene. Taking another breath here. And we'll pick a card from our intention deck real fast before we move out of this pose. So our first card is I release all feelings of negativity and guilt. And I love this one for the sacral chakra as we can hold guilt in that chakra and it become unbalanced. So imagine releasing all that negativity and guilt with this mudra. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. I release all feelings of negativity and guilt. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees up, hug the knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side, massage the spine as you rock. Coming to stillness, we'll bring our hands behind our knees, and this time rocking forward and back until you come up to a seated position. And I'll just turn towards the camera here. We'll move into our pranayama breath. So that is Robin's breath, bringing your hands to the heart. We'll take an inhale here. And then exhale, shoot the hands out in front, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, open up your arms, lift your gaze towards the sky. Exhale, closing your arms, hands out in front, rounding the spine. Inhale, sitting tall, thumbs back towards the heart. Exhale, shoot the hands out in front, rounding the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, your wings open as you gaze upwards towards the sky. Exhale, closing the hands back in front, chin tucked. Inhale, sit tall, thumbs to the heart. Two more times. Exhale, shooting the hands out. Inhale, open up your wings, gazing upwards. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, sitting tall. One more. Exhale, arms out. Inhale, open up your wings, gazing upwards. Really find that open arms, stretching the chest. Exhale, close the hands, scoop the belly. Inhale, sit tall, hands back towards the heart. Take an extra breath here, relax the shoulders. And on the next inhale, we'll bring our arms up towards the sky, exhaling down to your left side. Inhaling back through center, exhale down towards the right side. Inhaling to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Now inhale to center. This time we'll clasp the hands and then push the palms up towards the sky. Allow the shoulders to just relax away from the ears. And on your exhale, hinging over towards the left side. You might feel this up your upper arms, your shoulders, your armpits. On the next inhale, come back through center. Exhale, opposite side. So our arms are an extension of our heart chakra. So it's very important to keep those nice and stretched out as well. Now your next inhale will come back through center, bringing the right elbow underneath the left. And then trying to bring the wrists like they're going to cross and the hands to prayer position. So eagle arms. Lifting the elbows just gently up. Forearms go gently away from the face. And feel the stretch in the back of the heart chakra between the shoulder blades. Breathing here. And our next inhale, we'll release those fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, left elbow underneath the right, and then crossing towards the wrists and bringing your hands towards prayer. Again, elbows up, forearms gently away for your eagle arms. Spine is long and lifted. Engaging the core as you sit tall. And feeling that stretch in the shoulder blades. Breathing. And then go ahead and release the arms. You can shake that out, shake the energy out. And we'll move to a tabletop position. So facing the short edge of your mat, if you're not already. Wrists go under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhales, you drop the belly towards the mat, lifting the gaze upwards. Exhale, pushing into the hands, tucking the chin to the chest, tucking the pelvis, cat pose. Inhaling to your cow pose, dropping the belly. Exhale to your cat, rounding the shoulders off your back. And just flowing through cat-cow pose a few more times with the pace of your own breath. And again, just paying attention to the heart chakra, the arms, fingertips are spreading wide. And focusing on lifting the chest in cow and lifting the shoulders off your back in cat. And we'll take one more round. And once you're finished with that last round, go ahead and come to your tabletop position, navel pulling up and in towards the spine. And we'll do what's called energy waves next. So in the energy waves, we inhale to our cat. Exhale, push into the hands, round the spine, then sit back towards child's pose. Your glutes go towards the heels. On your inhale, sweeping back up through cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, sink the glutes back towards your heels for child's pose. So inhaling to the cow pose. Exhale, one big exhale, round the cat, sink back child's pose. Beautiful. Inhale the cow. Exhale, cat to child's. And we'll take one more round just like that. Inhaling the cow. And exhale to your cat and child's pose. And once you get the child's pose, go ahead and bring the knees towards the long edge of the mat. So you're opening the knees more. Forehead comes to the earth and the arms are straight out in front of you. And we'll rest here for a moment and pick our second intention card. My day begins and ends with self-love and appreciation. I wake up in the morning loving myself, praising myself, and telling myself I love being me. My day begins and ends with self-love and appreciation. I love being me. And we'll walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat, reaching with the right fingertips over towards the left. You'll feel this up the side body and into the armpit area, the upper part of the arm, traps. And then we'll gently walk our hands over towards the opposite side with the left arm reaching over towards the right hand. Again, aiming to get that side body stretch. Forehead relaxing on the earth. Beautiful. And then we'll come back towards center and coming up into your tabletop position, bringing the knees back down under the hips. We'll move into downward facing puppy or melting heart pose. So we'll all start with downward facing puppy. And in this pose, move my block so you can see me. We walk our hands out towards the top of the mat, keeping the hips high this time. The hips are not sitting back on the heels. And the arms are strong out in front, pushing down into the palms of the hands. So that is your downward facing puppy with the forehead on the earth. If you'd like to do melting heart, the chest comes towards the earth and the chin towards your mat. So that one's a little bit more intense with the neck. So if you have neck issues or head issues, stay in your downward facing puppy. And just breathe here for a few moments. And one more breath here. And the next inhale, walking your hands back towards you and your tabletop, but keep the hands slightly diagonal from the shoulders. Or tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat, straighten the legs to your downward facing dog pose. In your first downward facing dog, go ahead and pedal out the feet, pressing one heel at a time towards the mat. Chest going back toward your quads, fingertips spreading wide. And coming to stillness there, we're inhale, looking up towards the hands. And exhales, you begin to bear walk up the mat where the feet will meet the hands. Into Uttanasana, forward fold. So bend the knees a lot here if you need to. And then you can bring the hands behind the low back, clasping the fingers, pressing the palms together, and stretching your chest. One more breath here. We'll release the hands towards the mat. On the inhale, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders coming up by the ears, then back and down for mountain pose, Tadasana. We'll do a few Celtic weaves here. So I'll turn towards you for these just so you can see, but stay towards your short edge of the mat. On your inhale, arms will rise up overhead for heaven rushing in. And just imagining all this love pouring down from the heavens above. And we're going to take that love and weave it into our aura. So crisscrossing the hands, the arms, the wrists, and then start to hinge from the hips, bringing the fingertips all the way down towards the mat, weaving all that love in. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out, heaven rushing in. Little lift in the heart space. Exhale, weave in all the love you've captured. Weave it into your aura, hinge from the hips all the way down to your feet. One more time. Inhale, lifting, heaven rushing in. And exhale, weaving the hands all the way down until you reach your feet. Into our Uttanasana, forward fold. Now, if you have blocks here, go ahead and grab your blocks. Otherwise, tent your fingertips. And we'll step back with the left foot for a high lunge. And just stretching your heart upwards a tad. And getting into a nice high lunge and hip flexor stretch for a moment. And then we'll walk that back foot in to ground it. Walk the fingertips towards the long edge of your mat. So you're facing the long edge now. Widening your stance, turning the toes inward. So you're pigeon-toed for a wide-legged forward fold. Rocking the weight in toward your toes. Go ahead and clasp the hands behind your back, pressing the palms together and lifting the arms up towards overhead. So another nice juicy chest stretch here to go with our hamstring stretch. Beautiful. And the weight is in toward your toes, so you're not falling backwards. One more breath here. Then we'll release the hands back down towards the mat and walk the hands towards the back of your mat. So we're in a runner's lunge on the opposite leg here. So if you need your blocks, carry your blocks with you. And just feel into the hip flexor stretch. Trying to keep the heart lifted. Pressing the back heel back behind you. And then we'll come back in towards center. And this time, heel toe the feet inwards. So you're in a shorter stance and the toes are going to face towards the corners. Start to bend the knees and then lift your hands onto your quads, lifting your spine upwards, your torso into goddess pose. So in goddess pose, our elbows are in line with the shoulders, fingertips spread wide, nice little tuck in the pelvis. And you're trying to imagine you're balancing a stick under your bum here. Beautiful. So this will work the quads just a tad. Now we'll take an inhale into star pose. And then exhale back into your goddess pose. 2 more times. Inhale into star. Exhale to goddess. Just warming up those quads a bit. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more breath here. And we'll relax the hands. Straighten the legs as you hinge forward back into our forward fold. Walking the hands towards the top of your mat now, back into our runner's lunge, the first version. And we'll go ahead and take a step back with the front foot. So you're in a plank pose for just a moment. Just feel into your plank, pulling the navel in and up, heels pressing back towards the back wall behind you. And then drop the knees to the mat. We'll take one more time our downward facing puppy. So walking the hands towards the top of the mat. Hips are high, forehead towards the earth. Or if you'd like to take that optional melting heart, where you drop your chest closer towards the earth and the chin towards the mat. Beautiful. And I'll pick us another intention card. While you're in this pose, each person is part of a harmonious whole. Unity, we are one collective. With joy, I recognize my perfection in the perfection of life. Each person is part of a harmonious whole. Beautiful. Taking another breath here. And we'll walk the hands back up and towards our tabletop. Then we'll go ahead and sit our glutes on our heels. So we're sitting upwards. And we'll take our optional back bend. So the options are hero's pose or camel pose. So depending on how much, what hour it is, camel pose may be a little bit more intense and bring more energy in for you. And hero's pose is a little bit more gentle. So for heroes, we bring our hands on our low back and just gently push the heart forward. Lift the gaze towards the sky, squeezing the elbows back behind you. And this is your hero's pose. So we'll all take this one just to start off. And then the next one, I'll demonstrate camel, and you can either stay in hero's pose or move to camel pose. This is your practice, it's up to you. And we'll slowly come out of this. And for camel's pose, if you need to, if you have a blanket or anything, if you want to double up your mat and so your knees have more cushion, feel free to do so. Also, if you have blocks, those are optional for camels, and you would put those on the outsides of the feet. So in camel's pose, we kind of start the same way with our hands on the small of our back. And on the inhale, begin to imagine yourself rolling over a big giant ball. So the pelvis is pushed out, the heart's moving upwards, the heart, we're aiming to be the highest part of the body here. And then staying here, or if you want to reach back towards your blocks. So that's an option to reach back towards your blocks, or if you can grab onto your heels. So we all have different flexibility in our spine. So choose what feels good for you. We're aiming to keep our hips aligned with the knees. Holding there for one more breath. And slowly coming out of that pose. We'll go ahead and back on our heels, removing the blocks if you used them. And bringing the legs out in front for a double leg forward fold. So inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, hinging down, reaching for your feet. Just a little forward fold to offset your back bend. And we'll pick one more intention card while we're here. Oh, interesting. The word harmonious is coming up as well. I am part of the harmonious whole, as we all are. I know I am one with all life. I am the beauty and joy of the universe, expressing and receiving. I am part of the harmonious whole, as we all are. Just allowing that intention to settle in. And this deck is the How to Love Yourself deck by Louise Hay, in case you were curious. And we'll go ahead on the inhale, walking ourselves back up to a seated position. We'll take one more hip stretch. I'm going to turn towards the camera, but you can stay where you are. And go ahead and place the left leg so that the leg is bent and the left shin bone is on the bottom, and stacking the right shin bone over the left. Let's see if you can stack there. That is option one. Option two is to stack the knees. So feel into what your glutes are up to today and what feels good for you. You can also take your blanket if you have one and prop your hips, and that makes it a little bit, gives you a little bit more spinal elongation. So we'll take our eagle arms again with the right elbow underneath the left, and then trying to aim the cross at the wrists, hands towards prayer. And just breathing here, feeling the energy moving out of the shoulders with the arm stretch. And just recognizing the opening in your heart thus far. We'll go ahead and release out of that pose. And wherever you're at, we'll switch the legs. So the right leg's on the bottom and the left leg stacks on top. Again, if you stayed there, stay there. Otherwise, you can move on to stacking the knees for a deeper hip stretch. So just seeing what works for you. Everybody's hips are different. And then take the arm stretch with the left elbow underneath the right this time. Again, elbows are slightly coming upwards. You want to keep the elbows lifted and forearms gently away from your face. Beautiful. Two more breaths here. And slowly releasing the arms, maybe doing a little shoulder roll at the bottom, going in one direction and then switching to the other. Just feeling into that heart chakra at the shoulders. We'll move our blanket aside if you had one. And we'll bring our soles of the feet to the mat, hands behind the knees. Inhale as you lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, rounding spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Again, inhale, lift, rise. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale and lift. And exhale, slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. And once you're down there, we'll take a happy baby. So reaching for the soles of the feet, the knees go towards the armpits. And if you'd like to rock side to side, see how that feels to massage the spine. Beautiful. Coming to stillness, our next pose is yogi's choice. So any pose that feels like it would complete your practice. If you would like a hip stretch, maybe doing a figure four. If you'd like to do maybe waterfall pose for circulation, this is great for easing anxiety. Or if you'd like to prop yourself up and take a shoulder stand, that's an option. So feel into your body's needs. If you're working two sides, go ahead and swap to the opposite side, or maybe taking an alternate pose of choice. Again, yogi's choice. This is you intuitively listening to the whispers of your body, asking your body what it needs for the last few moments of class. And once you feel complete, we'll set up for Shavasana. So in Shavasana, just allowing the legs to drop and melt into the mat. And if you ever experience low back pain, go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the mat, knock the knees together, and the feet go as wide as the mat. So two options there, straight legs or bent knees. Arms or the palms can be facing up to receive or down to ground. And for just a few moments, let's place our hands on our hearts during this Shavasana. Taking a deep breath in and feel that oxygen pulling into the heart space. And asking your heart, what do I need more of in my life? Asking the heart, what do I need to let go of? What do I need less of in my life? And as you ask those questions, what emotions come up for you? Recognizing if these are emotions that are coming up to be felt and seen and released. So, like anger, guilt, or any shame, just allowing that to melt into the mat and then down into the earth. Or perhaps they're emotions to cherish, like deep, unconditional love. And witnessing if any memories pop up from what the heart needs. Are these memories coming up to be seen and felt with more love and forgiveness? Are they to be witnessed and released? Recognizing that as humans, none of us are perfect. We are all on this journey together to learn and evolve, just continuously learning to be a better human. And for the next few moments, just continuing to breathe into your heart space. If you'd like to relax the hands back down, taking a few moments of peace for your Shavasana. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. From here, starting to bring your awareness back into your body, closing off and sealing off any and all portals your soul may have floated through for those few moments. And feel your soul just expanding within your body from head to toe to the deepest layers of your muscles and bones. Witnessing the air, the oxygen moving in and out of the belly as it rises and falls. And then when you're ready, wiggle the fingers and the toes, and at your own pace, rolling over onto your favorite side, taking a moment there. And from here, we'll gently push ourselves back up to a seated position. An easy pose with one leg in front of the other. We'll come back and end our class the way we started it with our mudra. Wrists are crossed, thumbs are hooked, hands and palms over the heart space. And sealing off the intention you first made when we started this class. Noticing and witnessing any changes in the mind, in the body, and in the soul. Bringing the hands to prayer. And just feeling and sending gratitude towards yourself and towards others. Hands towards the mouth. Reminding yourself to have positive, loving communication with yourself and others. And hands towards the forehead. Reminding yourself to have positive, loving thoughts towards yourself and others. And sealing that all back down into the heart space. I thank you all for joining me for this class. And I hope you feel a little more open in the heart and more compassion, forgiveness. And I wish you the best. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.